36 now, predictable Democrat piling on the president. Guess what? About half of the Democrat candidates seeking the nomination for president in 2020 are in favor of impeaching Donald Trump. And this is news to the mainstream media.
And we need to begin impeachment proceedings.
On the campaign trail, Senator Kamala Harris reacting to Robert Mueller, calling a congressional response a constitutional duty.
I think it's a fair inference from what we heard in that press conference that Bob Mueller was essentially referring impeachment to the United States Congress.
A steady stream of 2020 Democratic candidates rapidly jumped in with reaction. Booker said Congress had a legal and moral obligation to begin proceedings. Gillibrand said in her statements, "It's time." Elizabeth Warren, among the first of the candidates to call for impeachment proceedings, reiterated that call.
These are impeachable offenses.
Reaction to Mueller today, sir.
Front-runner Joe Biden ignoring questions from reporters about Mueller's news conference. And Bernie Sanders, who has warned impeachment hearings could hurt Democrats and help Trump in 2020, also did not explicitly call for impeachment proceedings, but said he would support the decision of the House Judiciary Committee.
You see, this is how the media manipulates both what is considered news and what viewers perceive as news. In reality, it's a non-story. But if you're part of the Democrat machine, mainstream media cabal, it's a different story. Joining me now from Reston, Virginia, managing editor of the Media Research Center, Matt Philbin. Matt, the mainstream media right now has a problem. And the problem is the Trump economy is humming along. Despite what's going on between the United States and China right now, it's a pretty vibrant United States economy. And so the mainstream media has to resort to shaming people into either disbelieving the economy is good or supporting President Trump going into 2020. Roll tape.
The conventional wisdom is if Americans are satisfied with the economy, happy with their paychecks, the president will win re-election. This president siding with brutal dictators, but happy with the economy and you're happy with your paychecks, so it doesn't matter what he does.
Doesn't matter anyway, Matt, because I keep hearing this is the Obama economy and not the Trump economy.
Did that come from a Saturday morning kids show? Because I haven't seen mugging like that since Pee-wee's Playhouse. This is pathetic. I mean, he's begging people to care as much as he does about impeaching Trump. And, it kills them that people don't, that people have practical concerns, practical needs, and politics just doesn't encompass their whole lives. So he's coming out and he's begging, but the problem is the four people that are watching him already agree with him. So this is just silly exercise.
Yeah, we probably gave him more publicity than he's ever gotten on that other network. Yeah, the mainstream media also has a real problem with their understanding of both history and the United States Constitution. Clear evidence of that. Roll tape.
Nancy Pelosi has to be calculating. Abraham Lincoln was calculating and saving the Union. Early in the war, he had said, if the country has to be half slave, half free, if that saves the Union, then I'm for that. And he moved to the position when he thought the American people were ready to move towards the emancipation of slaves.
What kind of warped, demented, anti-Trump, never Trump, anti-constitutional mind comes up with this comparison?
You know, I'm sure that Scarborough was racking his brain and, searching his limited historical knowledge for some sort of simile between Nancy Pelosi and somebody. And this is the best he can do. This trivializes both what he cares about, which is an impeachment, and history.
Right.
Abraham Lincoln was wrestling with the greatest issues ever faced by a president in this country since its founding. 600,000 people had to die before that question was settled. And the nation was about to cease to exist as he knew it. This is trivializing that beyond belief. This is a partisan impeachment trial. It has absolutely zero to do with the existential health of the country. And as I'm sure you realize, Nancy Pelosi ain't no Abe Lincoln.
No. And isn't it interesting and not so coincidental that the Democrats were behind slavery, the party of slavery, and now that are behind this attempted destruction of the Article II branch of government. Unbelievable. Abraham Lincoln, safe to say, Matt, would be appalled at what is going on right now. Matt, thank you. Coming up next, the political zoo that's coming next month with a Democrat debate.